Hello, dear traders, and welcome to the Trading Hero channel for the monthly trading results review. This week and month, all portfolios have made a profit. Let's start with the first portfolio with $5,000 in the first version. This week, the profit was 0.3%, and for the month, this portfolio brought almost 1.5%. The portfolio for $5,000 in the second version brought 0.6% for the week and 2.3% for the month. The next portfolio for $10,000 in the first version. This week's profit was 0.4% and the profit for the month was 2%. The next $10,000 portfolio in the second version brought us 0.2% profit this week and almost 1% for the month. The $20,000 portfolio showed 0.3% profit for this week and 1.5% for the month. The $50,000 portfolio brought 0.5% profit for the week and almost 2% profit for the month. A $100,000 portfolio showed 0.3% profit for the week and 1.3% profit for the month, and a $200,000 portfolio showed 0.4% profit for the week and 1.6% profit for the month. Let's move to the MetaTrader platform and take a closer look at this week's trading. The first currency pair is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. We are on the hourly time frame. The grey rectangle marks the trading area of this week, and each vertical line separates one trading day. For this currency pair, we have the best results among all other currency pairs. This was because we opened sell trades for most of last week, and this week the market began a long-awaited correction. On Wednesday, the market tested local highs, which allowed us to open a couple of sell trades and then close all existing chains of trades from last week on the market's further decline. On Thursday and Friday, we were also actively gaining buy positions, and they are still open. If we look at the situation globally, we can see that we are near the lower boundary of the consolidation, so the probability of further price growth is quite high. We expect to close existing trades with a profit. This week's profit amounted to $586. The next currency pair is the Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. There was almost no volatility on this asset. The price consolidated in a very narrow range, so we only closed one trade from the previous week and opened one trade to sell. We expect volatility to increase next week. This week's profit was $5. The next currency pair is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. This asset has been on the decline all week with almost no corrections. This market reaction can be partially explained by the market's attempt to gain a foothold at the highest prices this year, after which buyers' strength was exhausted and the price fell to the initial levels of February. Given the rather large correction of more than 2,000 points, we can predict an equally rapid upward correction early next week. Since the market is still showing a gradual increase in local highs, we believe that the upward trend has a good chance of continuing. This week's profit was $87. The next currency pair is the euro against the British pound. The market continues to decline for this asset. Thanks to the correction in the first half of this week, we managed to close the buy trades from the previous week and start entering positions on the next wave of decline. This week's profit amounted to $69. The next currency pair is the pound against the US dollar, and we can see that the price was actually within the previous week's range all week. We saw 3 attempts to gain a foothold above the previous highs, which allowed us to gain additional positions that were successfully closed on Thursday. We now have a chain of open buy trades. When the price returns to the median of this price channel, we will close them with profit or open new buy positions if this correction continues. This week's profit amounted to $222. The next currency pair is the pound against the Canadian dollar. The uptrend for this asset continues, but thanks to strong impulses and subsequent corrections, we managed to close the chain of transactions from the previous week and start taking buy positions. If we look at the situation globally, we can see that the price is approaching the maximum levels of 2018. Usually, at such levels, the market encounters strong resistance, so the likelihood of consolidation or market correction next week is quite high. This week's profit amounted to $162. The last currency pair is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. The price of this asset also tried to gain a foothold above the previous week's level, but still returned almost to its local lows. During this correction, we managed to close several chains of sell trades from the previous week and also started to set up a buy position, similar to the Australian dollar. From a technical point of view, we have the beginning of a correction from the previous local lows and are waiting for the price to rise to the median of this price channel, where we will close open buy trades with profit. This week's profit amounted to $429. Once again, we congratulate everyone on the successful closing of the trading week and February and wish you a successful trading season in March. See you in the next videos.